How are you doing? This is Lourdes Hairston and welcome to my channel again. Today we're gonna study the pronouns, its types and examples. So please watch the video till the end. A pronoun is a word that substitutes the noun or noun phrase. Instead of using a particular name of a person, a place, a thing, or an animal, use a pronoun to replace them. Like for example, Karen. Instead of using Karen over and over within a sentence or a paragraph, use her or she to avoid monotony. And that's what we are going to study today. And we will start with a presentation of pronouns on slides. The possessive pronouns. From the word itself, possess means ownership or possession. This book is mine. Mine is a possessive pronoun because it shows that I own the book. Another examples: ours, yours, his, hers, theirs. How about indefinite pronoun? It refers to things or person whose number is not known in a general way. Its meaning is vague and not definite. Most indefinite pronouns are formed by adding body to every, some, any, no. I have here List of indefinite pronouns: all, another, any, anyone, everyone, everything, few, many, none, one, several, some, someone. Demonstrative pronouns. They are used to point out people or things they stand for. Examples of demonstrative pronouns are this, these, those, that. This, these, is the plural form of this, this. Let's understand the illustration in the picture. Use this if the object is close from the speaker, and that if otherwise. Take note, this is the plural of this, this, while those is the plural of that. Use this if the objects are close from the speaker, and those if otherwise. Reciprocal pronoun. It pertains to an action going in one direction and also back in opposite direction. Each other and one another are examples. We should care for each other or love one another. It's easy to learn reciprocal pronouns. Let's move to emphatic pronoun.
Keep it low-key, keep it softly spoken, with no strings tying you to me. I'm happy in your company with no emotion, 'cause my love deserves to be free. I never wanna look at a house in the garden, I never wanna lock you down. I know you're not mine, it's just my turn, but we can still.
An emphatic pronoun refers back to another noun or pronoun in the sentence to emphasize it. Its use is to emphasize the noun or pronoun it refers. Just like the reflexive pronouns, it carries the postfixes self and selves. I'm gonna read to you the two examples. Number 1, she herself gave me this address. Number 2, the clerk blamed the bank manager himself for the embezzlement. Now, let's analyze the two sentences. In number 1 example, herself is the emphatic pronoun because it emphasizes another pronoun in the sentence, which is she. In number 2, himself is the emphatic pronoun that emphasizes a noun in the sentence, which is the bank manager. And because the bank manager is being emphasized through the use of emphatic pronoun himself, we can now tell the gender of the bank manager. Is the bank manager a man or a woman? Yes, you're right. He is a male. Because the emphatic pronoun used is himself, which means male gender. You will also notice that the emphatic pronoun comes right after the noun or pronoun it emphasizes. Like for example, in number 1, herself comes right after she. Here comes the reflexive pronoun. These pronouns are used when the action performed by the subject reflects upon it. The form is the same as the emphatic pronoun. Let's analyze the given example. I made the cake myself. First, let us identify the subject. The subject is I. What is the action performed by the subject? The subject I made the cake. Who made the cake? I. Who is I? Myself. How did you know that I is myself? Because myself reflects the action of the subject I. I and myself are the same person. Myself reflects the subject I. That's how a reflexive pronoun works in the sentence. Don't be confused with reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun. The common thing they have is they both carry the postfixes self and selves. Now, let me tell you their difference again. The emphatic pronoun comes right after the noun or pronoun being emphasized. The reflexive pronoun, on the other hand, acts as the object of the sentence. Its position is far from the subject because it comes after the action of the subject and not right after the subject. Okay, let's go back and analyze the sentence for the second time. I made the cake myself. The subject is I and the action of the subject is made the cake, while myself reflects the action of the subject, which is made the cake. What is the subject of the sentence again? What did the subject do? The subject made the cake. Myself in this case reflects the action of the subject I, which is made the cake. That's what makes myself a reflexive pronoun in this case. Distributive pronoun. It represents people or thing as a whole or individual. For example, both and all refer to group. All of them are happy. Both children now are in school. Every, each, either, neither represents individuality or singularity. Interrogative pronoun. These pronouns are used to ask questions. Whose book is this? Which of these is your book? Relative pronoun. Used to join sentences, to refer back to a noun or pronoun, and to introduce noun clause and relative clause. Let's get familiar with the examples. What, which, who, whom, whose. Examples in the sentences. The man who stole her purse has run away. The dog which I bought was expensive. Let's understand the first example. The man who stole her purse has run away. The pronoun who refers back to a noun, man. The dog which I bought was expensive. Which refers to the dog. Don't be confused with the use of who and which. Who always refers to a person, while which refers to thing or animal. Furthermore, who is used to refer to the subject of the sentence if the subject is a person. Which as well is used to point out the subject of the sentence if the subject is not a person. In the given examples, the man who, the dog which. Another relative pronoun is whom, and here's how to use whom in the sentence. Whom should be used to refer to the object of a verb or preposition. Example, here dwells an old woman with whom I would like to converse. Whom is used instead of who because it follows the preposition. In this example, the preposition is with whom, not with who. The use of the relative pronoun whose in the sentence. Whose is a possessive form or shows ownership and normally followed by a noun. For example, and whose fault is that? Whose is followed by a noun, fault. Tell him whose cookies you'll make first. Whose is followed by a noun, cookies. The use of a relative pronoun whose and a contracted form who, and is. Stick to the examples. I have here an illustration of the types of pronouns.